licensing subcommittee meeting for this particular application, Signature Brew. And I will start with my introduction first. My name is Councillor Masood Ahmad. I represent Leabridge Ward and I'm chair of the licensing subcommittee today. And now I will invite my councillor colleagues who are the subcommittee members to introduce themselves, please.
Thank you, Chair. Kay Issa, Councillor for Chingford Green Ward.
Hi, Councillor Raja, High Street Ward.
And Councillor Jonathan, he's just an observer.
Yeah, I'm Councillor Jonathan O'Dea for Catchall Ward. I'm here as an observer.
Thank you. And the council officers, Sherman, please.
Thank you, Chair. Sherman Xavier, Licensing Enforcement Officer. I'll be the licensing authority today.
Thank you.
Chris Bloxton, Democratic Services and Clerk to the Licensing Committee.
Thank you.
Donya Kalantari, Solicitor, Legal Services.
Thank you. And over to Tom.
Hi everyone, I'm Tom Dudley, Head of Retail for Signature Brew.
Thank you. And Donia.
Would you like me to read the agenda, the committee procedure, Chair?
Well, okay. Yeah, I hand over to you.
And we'll proceed by way of agenda item 3 in the agenda pack. The licensing officer will present their case. The chair will call for all parties to present their case. We'll begin with the applicant. This will be followed by questions. There's no responsible authorities, and I understand that other parties did not haven't attended the committee. The chair will then call for all parties to sum up the case. Again, there's no responsible authorities or other parties, therefore the applicant will sum up the case. The committee will then retire to make its decision. The decision will be given with full reasons within 5 working days. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. The licensing officer, will you present the report, please?
Yep, thank you, Chair.
Yeah.
An application for the variation of a premises license has been received from Signature Brew Limited, Units 15A, Uplands Business Park, Black Horse Lane, Walthamstow, London, E17 5QJ, where the applicant seeks to vary a premises license to permit the provision of recorded music Monday to Thursday, 12 till midnight, Friday, 12 till 1 a.m., Saturday, 9 until 1 a.m., Sunday, 9 till midnight. Late night refreshments, Monday to Wednesday, 11 till midnight, Thursday to Saturday, 11 till 1, Sunday, 11 till midnight. Supply of alcohol on and off sales, Monday to Wednesday, 9 till midnight, Thursday to Saturday, 9 till 1, Sunday, 9 till midnight. Hours open to the public, Monday to Wednesday, 9 till midnight, Thursday to Saturday, 9 till 1, Sunday, 9 till midnight. A full copy of the application can be found at Appendix A of the report, and details of the existing premises license can be found at Appendix B. During the consultation, the licensing service received 1 representation from other persons relating to the prevention of public nuisance licensing objective. This is in accordance with Section 9.3 of the revised guidance issued under Section 182 of the Licensing Act 2003. These representations can be found at Appendix D of the report. No representations opposing the application were received from any of the responsible authorities. After giving due consideration to the representations made and taking into account the views of the applicant, and after giving due regard to the amended guidance issued under Section 182 of the Licensing Act and the Council's own statement of licensing policy, the committee is respectfully asked to determine whether the application for a premises license should be granted in full, granted in part, or refused. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Sharma. Thank you for your report. Excuse me. Now I will invite the applicant, and then later I will invite the subcommittee members for questioning. Over to you, Tom.
Hi everyone. So my understanding is that the only representation was from a local resident. So my prepared sort of statement for today is in regards to that. I'd like to start by saying that before I applied for this variation to our license, I spoke to both the police and licensing and to make sure that they were happy with what I was applying for, and the agreement in the conditions on the license that I applied for was what was agreed. So we sort of planned all that. So yeah, moving on to specifically the representation from the local resident. I sent Sharif Awad a letter about 10 days ago, and I'll just outline what I said in that letter, and because that is my commitment to both the resident and also the licensing committee today on what I will do to make sure that his sort of issues that he has risen will be adhered to. So let me just find the letter. So dear Sharif Awad, I am the head of retail at Signature Brew, and I'm writing to say that I have read and acknowledged your representation in regards to our variance of license application at Unit 15 Uplands Business Park. I understand your concerns regarding the application, and I'd like to outline the measures we will take to make sure our customers leaving Signature Brew do not use the gate between Priestley Way and Hookers Road. Our preferred route for customers and staff to make their way to Black Horse Road station has always been up Priestley Way, past Truman's Social Club and onto Black Horse Lane. The lighting down the southern end of Priestley Way that ends up at the gate is very poor, and we have a written policy that all staff and customers are advised to use the north route past Truman's to get to Black Horse Lane. Number 2, as part of our application for a variance of licence, we have agreed with the council and police that if we are to trade beyond 11 p.m, that SIA trained security will be deployed. Therefore, between 30 minutes before closing and until all customers have left our vicinity, we will deploy one security guard to stand at the corner of Priestley Way, where it turns east towards the gate at Hookers Road, and direct all customers up past Truman's Social Club and onto Black Horse Lane. This guard will be wearing a high vis. Our variation of license application, this is number 3, our variation of license application states that we will only be able to trade beyond midnight for ticketed events. These are easier to control numbers for, and therefore mean we can always know how many SIA guards to deploy in order to control the crowds and direct them the correct way up Priestley Way. Number 4, we are involved in the application of the CEZ that has been granted to Black Horse Road by the government. One of the main aims of the CEZ is to provide much better signage directing customers to the Black Horse Beer Mile, which Signature Brew is part of. These signs will take people up Black Horse Lane and down Priestley Way, rather than down Hookers Road and through the gate. We are working with Google on blocking that gate as access, and therefore Google will direct people this correct way up Black Horse Lane and down Priestley Way also. I have been in conversation with Google just this week regarding this matter, and they are going to let me know in the next 2 weeks, 10 working days, if this is possible. They don't see any issue that this will be an issue. It's very easy to close certain roads and access at certain points in Google, and they're working on that now. Finally, when I wrote this letter, we had today heard that the police have requested that the landlord that controls that gate that it must be locked at night as an ASB precautionary measure. We have asked for clarification from the police and council on this. If this is correct, then the gate will be locked anyway late at night, and no one will therefore be able to gain access to Hookers Road from the breweries in Uplands Business Park. This has been the case since last Friday, so this was 2 Fridays ago now, and there is now a poster on the gate telling people that the area is an ASB precaution zone. We are very keen to work with local residents to make sure that we do not create any public nuisance. If you'd like to discuss this matter further, please contact me by phone or by email. Cool. So that's my representation for today.
Thank you very much, Tom. Now I will invite a subcommittee for the questions. My first question is, will you tell me how much is the maximum capacity at one time?
So the capacity of the building is 495 currently.
Including staff?
Including staff, that's correct, yes.
Thank you.
However, for ticketed events, we have a capacity, a fire capacity of 410. and we have a capacity for ticketed events at 350. So essentially what that means is that beyond 11 p.m, we will need to have, beyond midnight, we can only trade beyond midnight if we have a ticketed event. So therefore, the most tickets we'll be able to sell for an event is 350. Therefore, the most amount of people will be 350.
Thank you very much. And how long you've been trading here?
Since November 2019.
Thank you. Over to subcommittee members, my colleagues. Do you have any questions to the applicant?
Thank you, Chair. Yes. Hi, Tom. Your report actually answered some of my questions, so thank you for that. It was about the access to Hookers Road and everything, so I'm glad that's been sorted out. And as far as your staff, with the extended hours, if you are successful, what kind of steps are you taking to keep the noise down? I mean, would you have a notice to customers, and also drinks is allowed outside, isn't it? So my concern is if they are drinking outside, what steps are taken for that? Thank you.
No problem. So first of all, Signature Brew is in Uplands Business Park. The nearest resident is just under a mile away. So we do have outdoor drinking in our yard, which is directly out the front of the business. Now, the gate that we are talking about here is probably about 400 meters away, maybe 500 meters away. So the issue isn't so much the noise that we are creating with our customers directly in the yard where people are drinking. It's when they're leaving the premises. Now, no, through door staff, because we'll have door staff for any event that's ticketed, and for any event that goes beyond midnight, the door staff, as well as having somebody posted on the corner of Priestley Way, will also have door staff on the front gate, which no drinks will be allowed to be taken beyond this point. That's part of our license already, because in terms of off sales, we have to have closed containers. So no drinks will be allowed to be taken off site. Therefore, the issue isn't so much people congregating around the gate of Hookers Road and Priestley Way, it's the people walking to the station, which is why if we were to post somebody on the corner of Priestley Way between half an hour before the closing time and then until the last customer leaves, that should prevent anyone walking through that gate and therefore completely eradicate any public nuisance.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Thank you.
No worries.
Hi, Tom.
Hiya.
Yeah. I would like to know that, as you say, that you are trying to control the noise, but have local residents, your neighborhood, had they make any complaint about you, or if they have done, what you've done about it?
No problem at all. So we did have a period of time around April, May and June where we ran what we called socially distanced live music. So obviously we had a host of live music gigs booked for 2020 that ended up getting cancelled because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Some of those gigs, what we did was that we booked them for after April the 12th, and we were allowed people back into our bars. But we decided to make them socially distanced gigs. So we put benches a metre away from each other, and it was all in our yard. Now, we did do a series of gigs where, unfortunately, we did receive some local residents' complaints regarding noise. As soon as we received any complaints, it was one gig in particular where we received those gigs, we then decided straight away that we would not be doing outdoor socially distanced gigs anymore. Because we had then on July the 19th, Freedom Day, as people called it, we then moved all of our live gigs back inside our brewery. Since we've had gigs inside the brewery, and we have had gigs of up to 350 people, we have not received a single noise complaint. From either residents or from councillors. So as far as I'm aware, noise is not an issue when gigs are inside the brewery. This license is continuing that all live music will be inside the brewery, nothing outside the brewery in the yard. We have also a very highly trained sound tech who during every single gig records and puts down the decibel readings from not only inside the building but also from inside the yard, and also on the corner of Priestley Way, on the corner of Priestley Way as it comes past us. And we have written records of all that, and we will continue to do that for all indoor gigs going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now I pass over to responsible authorities. Any questions to applicant?
Chair, we don't have any responsible authorities or other parties in the hearing.
Fantastic. Okay. Now I move over to the. Thank you, Tom. I move over to the responsible authority. Responsible authority. No one.
There's sorry, Chair. There's no responsible authority. It was just one representation from other person who's not attending today. Okay.
So it's very quick today. I now move to the applicant for sum up. So first, responsible authority to sum up, please.
It'll just be the applicant summing up for this occasion.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Tom. If you
Hi everyone again.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, just you know, we see ourselves, Signature Brew, as a real pillar of sort of the community. We throughout lockdown, COVID, we provided, I'd say, a vestige for many of the local community to, you know, at a very, very difficult time. We are now provided at a time where live music venues are becoming less and less. We are providing a live music venue to the locals of Walthamstow, Black Horse Road. We do it in a way, though, however, like I said previously, that is completely respectful of local residents. We are very, very lucky in the fact that because we are on a business park, we don't have many local residents. And where we have had complaints in the past, we've acted upon them immediately and sort of swiftly. As soon as I received the letter from the local resident, I put in place sort of the ways that we can make sure that we're in no way affecting the public nuisance of these residents. We're very respectful. We offer everybody in that Hookers Road development 10% discount, and we have been told by a number of those residents that, you know, we are their favourite local bar and live music venue. Unfortunately, the two other venues that are very similar to us in the area, the Truman's Social Club and Excel, both have been granted a 1 AM and 2 AM license. And at the moment, we believe that the public nuisance is being created from those venues, not from us. We will, as I've outlined, I will do exactly what I say in my letter to the local resident. And I think that essentially that will fix the problem from a Signature point of view. What I cannot do is control the public nuisance from the other two venues. But in order for us to thrive and continue to be a pillar of the community, we need to have a level playing field. And, you know, being able to serve till midnight normally, or 1 AM for ticketed events, will mean that it's a level playing field, and I will do everything in my power to make sure that the local residents in the Hookers Road development are not in any way disturbed. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much, Tom. Much appreciated. And now I will ask the subcommittee to retire to arrive at the decision.